This is the Yamaha Reface DX voice level versus feedback, and this voice is set up to highlight the differences in how level and feedback affect your sound, as we talked about in the tutorial article. So again, I'm using algorithm 5 here, where operators 2, 3, and 4 as modulators are all independently feeding into operator 1, which is the carrier. This allows us to separately highlight the effects of the various changes we're going to make here. So we've got operators 1 and 2 turned on right now. You can see our frequency ratios are the 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 all the way down. We're going to use a sawtooth type wave to highlight what we're doing here because it's easy to hear the differences in the sound. So here's the bass sound. And you can see here we have operator 2 has an output level of 80 and a feedback level of 80. This gives us very close to a straight sawtooth wave. So let's turn off operator 2, turn on operator 3. And now you'll see we only have a level of 65, but a feedback of 95. So we added 15 to the feedback. We took away 15 from the level. Now listen to the sound. So you hear that the wave is still bright, but it sounds distinctly different than our operators 1 and 2. So it still has a lot of brightness and buzziness in the top end or high harmonics, but the mid-range is definitely a lot different here. Let's turn off operator 3, turn on operator 4, and now we have reversed the change here, where we've got a level of 95 and a feedback level of only 65. So more level, but less feedback. Now let's listen to this. So you'll see that's got a lot more nasal character, where a lot of the middle harmonics are emphasized. It's still bright, but not nearly as buzzy at the top end as our lower level, higher feedback. And still distinctly different from the standard saw. So, as we mentioned in the article, in general, as you start lowering your levels and raising your feedback, you'll start accentuating the higher harmonics. But if you reverse the process and raise the level and lower the feedback, you'll emphasize the mids. So here's the three sounds again, one right after the other. So it sort of behaves as a type of wave shaper. Another way to think about this as you start raising your level and feedback. Raising the feedback brings up the highest harmonics faster, whereas the level brings up the middle harmonics faster. So let's highlight this in real time so you can hear how it changes. So you hear the sound got brighter. We added more harmonics, but it emphasized the middle ones over the high. Let's go over here and do the same thing with the feedback. So you'll again hear how it got brighter, but it was really at the top end harmonics of the waveform. The biggest difference between these two when you start programming sounds is to remember you have an envelope that can control your level, but of course your feedback is fixed. Again, let's repeat this. So again, to put this in context, as you raise the level, you start increasing the loudness and amount of harmonics, but it tends to emphasize the mid-range area, as opposed to changing the feedback. As you raise the feedback, the harmonics get brighter and louder, but you're emphasizing the very top end of the harmonic spectrum. So I hope that helps out with what we talked about in the article, and we'll see you next time.